Hello, once again, and welcome back to another top tip for your international business with us here at Ono. Now, this week is the first in a three-part series where I'm going to be looking at the three key areas that the work I do on my in-house international business program can really help my clients. So week one, we'll be looking at how we can impact meetings and negotiations. Week two, we'll be looking at marketing, and week three, the sales process. So for today, meetings and negotiations. Now, of course, as we start to work internationally with different clients and different people, we've got to be careful at how we're running meetings and how we're negotiating differently. And there's many things that go into this, but just a few tips that you can take away for today to start to think about. Of course, language is the first point. How are you communicating? What kind of language are you using? And are you speaking in an international, simple English that your client will understand? Now, more than this, we've also got to think about in that meeting room, who are we talking to? What kind of information are we presenting? And in what order are we presenting that information? And then who in that meeting room can actually engage with us and speak to us, and who has the authority to answer our questions? There might be a particular order that we need to speak to different people. There might be certain people that we can't communicate with at all. And all of these different aspects will have a huge impact on how successful that meeting will be, whether we're running that in person or online. In terms of then following up with negotiations, which may or may not happen in the meeting itself, think about, like I mentioned, how much information you're presenting and in what order. Are you telling them the why you're doing this thing or the how you're doing this thing? Or are you giving them a holistic approach as to what your business is and what it is that you're trying to sell them? So many different elements make up all of these differences as we start to work internationally, but there's some key points that can really set you off on a good start. So that's the first installment. Check in next week for part two. We'll be looking at marketing.